Welcome, everyone. I want to do another segment on Karen Kennedy, best of. Definitely a patriot. So hopefully, eventually, I might be able to get her to come on. We'll see. All right. Enjoy. Let me click live here. And
See what I think I saw? Did I see Jasmine Shanquisha Bonifa Alice Jenkins trying to come for my first lady, Melania Trump, in a congressional hearing? Really? What? This is insane. So what she did is she questioned her visa status. She came in on an E1 visa. So what? Those are hard to obtain. Um, you probably sent your little aides to try to do some little research because you're too stupid to do it yourself. So I'm sure they came running to you. Oh my gosh, look what I found! Look what I found! You found nothing that's not publicly available to everyone who would seek the information. You haven't done anything spectacular. You haven't done that in this case. You haven't done that as a so called sitting member of Congress for your district in the state of Texas. And let me just give you a little bit of background on my First Lady, Melania Trump, who came to this country and became a very successful entrepreneur in her own right, way before she met Donald Trump. She came here, she became successful, she had her own product lines. She was a supermodel, as we all know. She has been on the cover of so many magazines and has made a successful career. And she is also a philanthropist. She is an absolute beautiful soul. And I will not allow you, you brainless moron, to try to insult my first lady without coming after you for being the creep that you are. You have got your freaking nerves. Melania Trump is a supermodel. I mentioned that. Yeah, a gorgeous supermodel, still in her mid 50s, looking freaking amazing, still wearing them clothes, honey, that you could never even achieve that because you're a big, fat, sloppy, sweaty, disgusting sack of shit. You think we don't see those jackets you wear and those buttons screaming, oh, help me, Lord, help me, get me out of here. Get me off, help somebody. Buttons just screaming. You got your damn nerves. You're just mad because the president put you on Front Street because you are dumb. You really don't add, there is no value added service that you provide to your constituents. And that is why you're there. You're not there to go on MSDNC 3 or 4 times a week or go on The View and try to throw shade on President Trump. That's not your job. What about the people in your district who are suffering? Thank you, Sheldon Daniels, who is running against this wench, who hipped me to the fact that Jasmine Crockett has missed 52 votes in Congress over since 2023. This hoe has missed 52 votes. What else are you doing with your time?
hey,
Oh, I
Gregory.
don't know, getting blowed and making videos about President. Yeah, he should have hollered. Girl, you was blowed as hell. Please. You think we don't know? You just tried a bid at becoming a head of the oversight committee. Was it the oversight committee? You only got 6 votes, bitch. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you. And people are figuring out that they made the wrong choice by putting you and that other brainless moron AOC at the top of any ticket that would come in is a possibility of running together in 2026. It's a clown show. You are both dumb. You're dumb. Do you know why Melania Trump got such a high visa? This woman is an entrepreneur. She had product lines that sold out on QVC. She's an entrepreneur, very successful. The only reason she stopped was because she became first lady and she devoted her time to that full time. She sold skincare products. She made her own jewelry, designed her own jewelry. She's very successful. And of course, supermodel. What have you done? What have you done that's notable in any regard? Well, you're not even working for your constituents. And now you want to try to come for her? This woman speaks 5 languages fluently. Comes from a little town in a little country named Slovenia in Eastern Europe. Beautiful woman, beautiful heart of gold. You're nothing, Jasmine Crockett. I reiterate, this woman speaks 5 languages fluently. You don't even have a good grasp on the English language, as we see day in and day out. Why don't you go join a gym? Why don't you go to a brain workshop or something before you try to have a gotcha moment against Melania Trump? Leave her out of this. I can't even believe you tried to do this. This is really disgusting. How about show some initiative, take care of your constituents, and show up for work instead of being on social media and TikTok and MSDNC and The View? Then come holla, bitch.
Why don't you be for Americans instead of for illegals too? Well said. Well said. Here we go.
The media wants wars, huh? The screeching, screaming hellbound banshees in the lame
divide always helps the left. Always helps the left. And the fascists and all those people.
Stream, whore, Jezebel, Sodom and Gomorrah media, including Fox News, apparently, according to the former employee of Fox News, Pete Hegseth, who is now the Secretary of Defense, thank Christ. You people are panicked. You spent the entire last week, oh my gosh, it's World War III. Oh my gosh, bombs over Baghdad. Oh my God. Y'all are stupid. What part of peace through strength don't you get? Why is that still so elusive to you? You don't understand who you're dealing with. See, you're used to dealing with these individuals who say one thing and do the complete opposite. That's not what we're dealing with.
And it'll take money to sell out America. They're used to that.
With concerning Donald Trump, when he says peace through strength, that's exactly what he means. He's not a politician. He is a man of his word. You people have spent the last week or more putting everybody into a panic, throwing all this shit up on social media, having people screaming and running around with their hair on fire and their great balls of fire and just throwing a fit over nothing. It was one and done. President Trump told you that. Why are you so void of cerebral capability? You people are supposed to be college educated, the sitting member of Congress. You're dumb. Why don't you, if you could just step back, be quiet for a minute, and understand what's happening. This man is bringing peace through strength so that prosperity can become the norm in America. He is done with dealing with the mullahs and the hulas and the hoopties and the houthis and everybody else and the little fat bastard over in Ukraine and Putin and every freaking body else. Y'all gonna have to figure out your damn 3,000-year-old ancient grievances on your own. If you pop off again, you on your own. You ain't getting no money. You ain't getting no air cover. You ain't getting no ground troops. You gonna go somewhere and figure it out. Now, one and done. Bunker buster. Obliterated. He used the word obliterated, but the media, for some reason, y'all want confirmation. Oh, I want confirmation. Oh, I need somebody to go in there. Oh, it's still some trucks outside the bunker. Oh my God, there's no confirmation that it was all destroyed. Bitch, please. You want to be read in on everything. I am a sitting member of Congress. So You're not doing your job for your constituents. Clearly, look at your district. You're useless. We're paying you almost $200,000 a year, plus all the perks, to do nothing. You don't need to be read in. You don't need top secret intelligence. You don't need to get on TV and whine about how I don't have intelligence. I'm monitoring the situation. No, for what? We don't need you monitoring shit. Go cut your grass. How about go home and give your wife some flowers and your girlfriend the boot, bitch? How about that? Pay attention to what concerns you. The president does not need you. Pete Hegseth is the Secretary of Defense. Praise be to God. He doesn't need you. He doesn't need your advice. He doesn't need you. Even if you were in the military, if your input is needed, then you'll be read in. But usually it's not needed. And clearly, y'all have a bad case of can't keep your fucking mouth shut. And you wonder why you don't get intel. You wonder why the door to the skiff is closed off to your ass, because you can't keep your blabbing lips shut. Natasha Bertrand of CNN is a perfect example. Somebody, you know what? I kind of think that was a plant. I think some little information was given, and because it was only like one instance, and this bitch couldn't wait to get in front of a camera. And now y'all in asking Pete Hegseth questions like y'all have been in these meetings with the CO. You don't even know what these terms mean. And all of a sudden, y'all throwing around terms like battle damage assessment and BDS. What? Don't nobody need your input. Go somewhere and relax, bitch. You can't even handle when Starbucks runs out of lattes.
I take it she doesn't like the media.
But all of a sudden,
this is from a few weeks ago. I'm going to play from a few weeks ago up to date. So they'll get newer and newer each video.
We got to come consult you, CNN correspondent, on World War III. Get your monkey ass out of here. Nobody needs you. Nobody needs your opinion. Nobody needs your help. You don't want that smoke. You don't want war. Trust me, I could be spending the rest of my life with my husband like I planned to when I married him on that hot ass day in Alabama. But guess what? Other plans happen because of these freaking forever wars that you people want to seem to keep us in. We don't need your help.
For those who don't know, her husband was in the military and died.
Okay? We don't need you. You're useless. And I really do. Natasha Bertrand needs to be fired. Somebody gave her that little piece of information to see what her little retarded ass was going to go do with it. And she did exactly what
she has talked about running, but she's running in Colorado. It's tough for a Republican to win there. They're so leftist. It's really tough. She has talked about doing it. She's thinking of it.
We thought she was going to do. Like a little mouse after cheese. She couldn't wait. And you want to be read in? Oh my God. You're like the weird.
Maybe when she comes on, I'm going to ask her that question about running. We'll see. She's thinking of it. I know that.
The judgmental.
I am in message with her. It's just that she doesn't see her messages for like 2-3 weeks. So you try to set up a time, and it's already 2-3 weeks past when you were going to set it up. So then another 2-3 weeks go by.
Baptist church lady that never shuts up talking about folk behind their back and then smiling at them on Sunday morning. Go somewhere and sit down. We don't need you. And no, you're not going to be read in. You can't even spell the word intel. Stupid.
Next one's about them letting loose that activist / terrorist. The judge let him back on the street instead of taking care of the newborn.
Mahmoud Khalil is a shitty baby daddy. Yeah, I said it and I mean it. This fool gets released from jail. by an activist judge who has Trump derangement syndrome. And the first thing he does, less than 24 hours after he puts his feet on free land again, he goes back out to protest at Columbia University about free Palestine. Has anybody told you? I see AOC, aka
Actually, what they want to do is bring down America. That's their goal.
Westchester white girl, Sandy Cortez. I see she was there to pick you up. Did she not hip you to the point that that protest is pretty much dead? Yeah, they're done. They've already put away the Free Palestine signs and their keffiyehs and everything else and their balaclavas, and they picked up hands off Iran signs and no kings and all the other failed protests that are going nowhere.
Well, right now they're protesting ICE, and in some areas like Seattle and LA, they're going pretty strong. Although we're starting to arrest a couple of them, although they let them right back out often.
Should have told you what's been going on. Yeah, there's not going to be crowds and hordes of people talking about free Palestine anymore. Yeah. The DOJ announced investigations into these NGOs who have been providing money for all of these protests, and voila.
Cut off most of the money and you cut off the protest. Cut them way down.
The protesters seem to have disappeared. They ghosted you, Mahmoud. Given that, since your bitch ass is still on American soil in my country, you can't get a job because you can't get a work permit. Your visa expired. What you gonna do? You better figure out a way to work under the table and get paid, because you have responsibilities now. You have a newborn. That female of yours,
Gregory, she is seriously considering it. She wants to, you know. I don't know that if she can get the money, that kind of thing, So she's got a few issues. I think it was her daughter or son. One daughter, I think, died from the jab, I believe.
Just dropped that anchor baby in my country. So she's on welfare, no doubt. She ain't working. You ain't working. Who's supporting you people? Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
Taxpayers.
Get up off your lazy, sorry ass and go take care of your child. And stop working for some foreign government who isn't paying much attention to you right now. Yeah, you're not the flavor of the week. They already on something else. Get up off your monkey ass and go get a freaking gig of some sort. Why don't you drive for Uber or Lyft? They hire your kind. Freaking foreigners with no identification. Yeah, believe me, I know. I've had to take many of them since I lost use of my car. All of them. 9 out of 10 of the drivers that I had through Uber and Lyft don't speak English. So you could do that in the meantime. You could even rent a car and just drive people around, but do something. Because right now, you need to be on the front page of babydaddyain'tshit.com, loser. Go take care of your responsibilities.
True that. All right, next one's about the one running for mayor, that Zoran or whatever it is. I got a couple videos from her on that.
Oh, just the other day, the white liberal credential class voted in this Mamdani Zoran in New York for the mayoral race. This is just the primary. So he beat out Andrew Cuomo. Nobody can stand him. I posted.
I'll let her know, Gregory. She hasn't set up anything yet. So, yeah, I think direct donations are better. The RNC wouldn't give her the money. They'd give it to someone else, I'm sure.
Did quite a bit the other day leading up to the election on Tuesday to vote for the devil as opposed to this individual who is yet another Justice Democrats type candidate that has been beta tested and focus group tested And for some odd reason, the same college educated, overpaid, liberal USAID welfare recipients continue to try to decide policy for the entire country because, see, they're not affected by the negative outcomes. This Mamdani Zaran, or whatever, however you say this, said recently that violence is an artificial construct. Violence is what he said is an artificial construct. What? What? Oh my God. What? How about you tell that to the victims of violent crime? Tell you what, they're Muhammad Zalaikum, whatever your name is. Why don't you tell that to the poor woman who was set on fire and burned alive in the New York subway by an illegal alien from Venezuela? Oh, you can't tell her.
I agree, Gregory.
Violence is an artificial construct. It's always these morons who do not suffer from the policies that they support who come up with this dumb shit. This Zoran look, whatever. The dude. Who is this fucking guy? Like, he's only been in this country like 7 years. Like, he has just got naturalized very recently in the grand scheme of things. And now he's running for the mayor for the biggest financial capital on planet Earth. This fool is talking about state-run grocery stores, like city-run grocery stores. Are you high, bro? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, have you looked at Venezuela? Have you looked at Cuba? Do you know what happens to these state-run grocery stores? I posted on X the other day about a shop owner, a grocery store owner there in Venezuela, when he was suspected of some minor petty crime by the Maduro regime. They just took over the grocery store and took it over and ran it.
Did you see the one in Kansas City that's now a state-run grocery store? There's nothing in it. You can't get anything. No one wants to deliver to them because they pay them less than what the stuff is worth that they deliver to them. And the people that got working for them have automatic jobs, and they don't do a damn thing restocking the shelves. So all the shelves are empty.
By some fake council, kind of like Zoran Mamdani is talking about the doing away with ICE, doing away with cops, and replacing them with social workers. It's all, look, these are all, free rent, reduced rent, free healthcare for illegals.
Exactly, Gregory.
Keeping sanctuary city status. All of these things are destructive.
And if he could, he would kill off a lot of people that don't agree with him.
They have all been tried in the city of New York. They have all been tried across this country during the pandemic. We know how this turns out. We've already done this. And this fool has a bunch of moronic, zombified followers who were the same ones who walked around with 14 masks on their faces, and they're the ones with PhDs and advanced degrees. But they were the ones during the pandemic who were the most radical masturbators and branch COVIDians on the planet. I mean, they would scream and yell at you and damn near beat you down in Trader Joe's and Whole Foods if you were not wearing a mask. God forbid you sneeze, you would be hung. So now you've got this moron promising the same dumb shit. It's all communism with perfume slapped on it. And It's to cheat vanilla perfume that I can't stand. I'm a perfume snob, by the way. Zomami, Yo Mama, Vohama, Yo Mama, Muhammad. I don't know. This fool is funded by foreigners. He is a foreigner. He knows nothing about this country.
Hi, Colin.
It's the same white liberal credential class
Exactly,
assholes
Gregory.
who
He's a
never
terrorist.
suffer. They make these laws, they
And he's willing to
promote this
lie.
shit, and then they go back to their suburban
100% willing to lie.
enclaves in Tribeca and upper Manhattan, and they don't have to deal with this shit. It's people in the Bronx and in Brooklyn and parts of the other parts of New York that have to deal with this. They're the ones who dealt with this so-called migrant crisis over the last 4 years. But this dude is going to plunge New York City into a...
Thing is, so many are running for mayor now that are running, including Cuomo. It's going to split the vote against him. And so he'll be able to get in with like 30% of the vote.
an unrecognizable freaking hellscape if he is allowed to continue. Thank God Representative Randy Ogles has submitted documentation, a letter to the Department of Justice to basically have him investigated so that he can be removed, because he is here under false pretenses. We don't need a damn hybrid of socialism, communism, Wahhabism, jihadism, and every other fucking ism that led to 9/11 and every other terror attack. We don't need that on this soil. This dude is clearly a jihadist. He clearly supports Hamas. He clearly supports terrorism, and he has come here under false pretenses. He is the wolf in sheep's clothing. And if you're stupid enough to vote for him over free rent, then you deserve the shit you get.
No such thing as free rent. It's a lie. Absolutely is. Someone's paying for it, and they're going to be paying for it one way or another. Oh, free bus tickets and all that kind of bullcrap. That they shouldn't tax stuff so much that it drives up the cost. What they've done is driving up the cost, makes you dependent on government, and then you vote for socialism. That's what they want. All right, another one on this guy running for mayor. He's destroying the real estate market there.
More escape from New York news. Yes, indeed. With the Zohran Mamdani clinching the primary last week, there are more problems that are developing in New York. And the crank far left white liberals and Muslims who voted him in, they're the primary ones who are falling for this scheme. He is straight out of Central Casting.
Yeah,
He's another
huh?
lying sack of shit, just like AOC, who claims that she's a girl from the Bronx. Now, thank you, Benny Johnson, but I've been saying this since
light socialism leads to big time socialism.
2018 on my former YouTube channel that she's the Westchester white girl. I have been saying this for years, but now it's being proven where she's actually from. And Benny has a huge platform, so the news gets out faster. Good. I hope she does not have a chance in 2026. Anyway, back to Zohran Mamdani and the panic that he is causing in the New York housing market. Yes, indeed, of course. You think when you've got a socialist communist running around talking about what he's going to do with taking all of this extra money from the top 1% to feed and house all of the dregs of society, that people are going to just sit there and take it while you steal all their money? Nah, cuz that's not how this works. So Ryan Serhant, who is a real estate broker, top real estate broker in New York, by the way. I used to watch his Netflix show called Owning Manhattan. Really good show. Ryan Serhant deals with multi-million dollar, high dollar deals, $1 billion deals. And he has sounded the alarm on an interview he did recently. Right after the primary, when Mamdani got was so-called elected, um, he Ryan Serhant started to get call after call after call after email after call after social media posts. I mean, his phone has been blowing up, and he says that he's gonna start helping people relocate from New York to Florida, because of course the New Yorkers, when it gets too hot in New York because of the Democrat socialist communist policies, the first thing these bastards do is go to a free red state where nobody does that shit. So of course he's getting, just people are backing out of multi-million dollar deals. This Zoran Mamdani is starting to cost real estate uh, brokers like Ryan Serhant a lot of money. And see, you start messing with folk wallet, and things don't always go well for you. So I don't know about this. People are projecting him to win only because he's got so much support from these crank far leftist, useless credential class assholes who never suffer from the policies that they support. But I think more is going to be done between now and the general. Y'all better vote the devil you know. You got another chance with Eric Adams. I mean, he ain't the best. He was facilitating all these illegals showing up in New York and getting all that money from the federal government under Biden. But then when he got hip to the game, he was like, you know what? I'm out, bro. That's when they tried to indict him on some, oh, you're getting money from Turkey. It's like, what? Y'all all getting money from foreign countries. Are you serious? So here we go with this Zoran Mamdani. He is an Islamist, jihadist, communist from Uganda. He's only been a naturalized citizen for like 6, 7 years. He hasn't even been here that long. This is what they do. This is their plan. He is central casting. He is just another Justice Democrats plant like AOC, who comes in here and starts in a small government in the local city. I think he's like a city manager or something. And now he wants to go straight to the top, to running the biggest economy in this country, in New York City. When he believes shit like this, check this out. Where is my um he is, so what he's going to do, I can't find it right now, but I had the article because I like to bring the receipts. But it's him in a video. He's literally telling you what he's going to do, and people are just he's going to
And he keeps lying and changing what he said one time to another.
do is take the supposedly buy up the real estate, even like empty corporate buildings, properties, and just buy them all up and put his preferred people in there. So you're going to be housed no matter what your neighborhood, no matter what your status, even though you've worked hard all of your life to have what you have. He's going to put people in communes. He calls it communes, so that nobody will be unhoused. So a bunch of homeless drug addicts are going to be put into these buildings and into these homes in neighborhoods right next to you and your kids, where you go to work, sleep, and eat. This fool is going to destroy New York. Y'all better vote for Eric Adams and get rid of that clown. He needs to be denaturalized. They got to get rid of this joker. He is nothing but a snake. Okay. President Trump told us that poem a long time ago. You might want to listen to it again.
Yeah, exactly. And that's part of their plan, I think. Next one's about illegal aliens not eligible for federal benefits under the Immigration and Nationalization. No more Medicaid for illegals. Biden was giving out.
Bro, why in the world are these Democrats fighting so freaking hard to keep illegal aliens on Medicaid? But then, see, when the time comes, like in a year and a half, not even a year and a half, like right at a year, that these same Democrats and these rhinos like Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski, who was given her seat by her dad, like what, 3 decades ago, and she hasn't left since. How do you gift your child a Senate seat? Ain't that some shit? So she's still in there wreaking havoc, pretending to be a Republican and hates us. We are the new, you know what? We are MAGA. We are the new Republican Party. I am a Frederick Douglass.
Well, what's been happening? We'll talk a little bit, and I'll say, "Hey, why don't you come on such and such a time?" And then she won't see it for 3 weeks, and that time's already passed. Then we'll talk a little bit again, and and the same thing will happen. So we never nail down a time. Uh, exactly. She's awful busy, and she's on like several platforms, and like just where I'm getting these from are Twitter. Um, she's on also TikTok and other ones. She's got like about 100,000 followers, so she gets a lot of communication. So that's part of the problem. But she's, she's definitely a very good person and very open to it. And she did come on some other person's show. I don't know how you can nail down a time, so you can send her a link. We're going to be on such and such a time with this link, and and this and that. So it hasn't happened yet, Gregory. But she does plan to come on eventually. Yeah.
Friedman, Republican. I don't want another party. I don't want to be independent. I don't want some weird party. I am a Republican and I'm taking my own party back. This is the party that freed slaves from subjugation and torture from the white liberal
I have sent my number. She's never used it though, in message.
Dixie Democrats leading up to the Civil War. Okay, anyway, these Democrats are fighting so hard to keep their slaves. They are trying everything. This is not even an argument. Under the Immigration and Naturalization Act, the INA, illegal aliens are not even eligible for any federal benefits at all. At all. But see, when you give money to the states, the federal level has not been governing what these states have been doing with money. And see, states like here in Colorado, they have run out of money. This state is broke. Denver is really broke. They gonna start laying people off left and right who are city workers, even those who have been long.
And they'll do that so they can keep the illegals here, even the ones that were taking a lot of these apartment buildings and taking over control of it and harassing and harming people, terrorizing people.
Long tenured in grandfathered in, they getting laid off too, honey. Guess what? They're going to a different system. I'll make another video about that because it's very, very interesting. But this big, beautiful bill, it needs to pass. Thank God last night, Senator Marsha Blackburn, big ups to her, big props to Senator Blackburn, who worked all night long last night. That woman is a G. She worked all night long and got the, for example, the AI amnesty out of the big, beautiful bill. It started at like 10 votes or something, or less than that. And now it's like 99% of the votes in the Senate are like, okay, because of all the calls, because of all the emails, because of all the social media tagging, because we are the people. We are the American citizens, and we are taking our country back from you communist, Marxist assholes who have put us in this position where we got to explain to grown ass individuals why we cannot keep illegal foreign nationals on our medical system. You wonder why you haven't been able to get into the doctor for your treatment, for your surgery, for something you've been waiting for since probably pre-COVID to get treated. Oh, I don't know, maybe you got to wait in line behind all these individuals from everywhere on the planet who have come in here and cut in line, and you can't get the medical care you need, even though you've been paying into the system your whole adult life. This is a no. This is a non-starter, bro. No, you don't get, man. How you gonna give a bunch of illegals luxurious health care, top world-class health care, absolutely for free?
They'll do that long enough so they can get 100% control. That's what they want.
Who do you think pays for that? It's free for them.
Then after a while, they'll run out of other people's money. That's what'll happen, just like Venezuela. But then they'll have 100% control by then. They'll own every judge, every court, everything.
And we'll never go to their country and say, "Oh yeah, here's an invoice. We're going to send you a bill because we have spent, $700 million treating, your citizens, Venezuela. Here at Maduro, here's an invoice." He will look at you and laugh. We'll never recover the money. We'll never recover the money unless we start doing taxing remittances or something to that effect. That is going to work chiefly. I know it's being talked about for countries like Mexico, but it should be across the board. But back to this big, beautiful bill. Um, so we cannot have illegal aliens on Medicaid. That takes away from hardworking American citizens. This should not even be a damn discussion.
That's still happening here in New York. They are on Medicaid, and they're knocking some of us off, anyone that's an American citizen, and cutting down benefits just so they can give them the red carpet.
I cannot go to a foreign country and get free medical care. Top of the line, luxurious, big, beautiful medical care at the country's expense. That is absolutely asinine that we are even debating this shit. To all the liberals who want this so bad, you know what? We gonna need 80% of your check. All of your retirement checks you got coming in, we're gonna need you to put a mortgage on your house too. Oh yeah, that nice new car you driving, we're gonna need that back. Because we need all of your money so you can personally pay for them, since you are such a staunch advocate of supporting illegal aliens and giving them top-notch medical care, while veterans who fought for your sorry ass get put at the back of the bus like Rosa Parks.
Yep. So let me go on to the next one. The next one's about Mexico sending remittances back. That they're having a fit about the big beautiful bill.
As we know by now, President Trump's big beautiful bill has passed the Senate, and that's just another step closer to the benefits that are America first and not illegal aliens in foreign countries first, like we have seen over the last 4 years with the former administration, who is pissed off about the outcome of this big beautiful bill. Oh, Claudia Sheinbaum, the president of Mexico. Why is that? Oh, I don't know, because as MSN reports, she is Mexican President Sheinbaum announces plans to reimburse proposed U.S. tax on migrant remittances. Yeah, I made a video about this like 2 weeks ago, talking about how the Mexico was dumping their raw sewage into the United States through Tijuana, and we were the ones who had to pick up the tab to clean it all up. Mm-hmm. And in addition to that, they were taking in over $64.7 billion in remittances. And what a huge portion of their GDP comes from the United States. Not just the United States, but other foreign countries. Even it's so bad that even she mentions it. Look, she talks about how the countries like Central American economies representing more than 25% of GDP in Nicaragua and Honduras, 23.5% in El Salvador, and 19.5% in Guatemala. So the fleecing of America has continued. These foreign countries are so reliant on us They have been sucking the life out of us for years, and no other president has done shit about it until Donald Trump came along. So praise be to God for my president, Donald Trump. You don't like it, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I really do. I have to say it again? I don't care what you think. Anyway, so she has been lobbying Mexican individuals who are in Congress and in the Senate since this bill was introduced in the House back in May of this year. She was like, uh-oh, because when it started, the tax would have been 5%. But because of her incessant whining, bitching, moaning, and complaining, she got these Mexican representatives to lobby to the rest of the House and the Senate. When she called it, let's see, she called it um, cruel and what was the other term? The other derogatory term she used.
They keep stealing from us. We're giving them all these benefits, and they're sending a lot of the money back. Some of the people are registering under several names and getting benefits.
She said it was cruel and discriminatory for us to what? Bitch, you were charging the United States to allow your citizens to send money back to your country, but we were the ones who got taxed. The world is a vampire. This bitch got some fucking nerve, boy. I swear, these people. So, anyway, she lobbied back and forth. Oh, yeah, that's what she called it. Unfair and discriminatory. How dare you try to charge us 5% when we have been funding your country for God knows how long. Now, because we have caught you and President Trump is putting your monkey ass on Front Street and making you start to be responsible for your own country that's much older than this one, by the way. Now you gotta stick up your ass. You got attitude. Well, you're gonna need to do attitude adjustment because you gonna pay up. Because through the big beautiful bill, they've got it down to 1%. I would prefer like 30%, but that's fine. 1%. So at the end of all this, on June 28th, according to this MSN article, the Senate further reduced the tax to 1%. According to Politico, the tax is expected to generate about $26 million annually, with funds earmarked to hire up to 10,000 new immigration.
And Gregory, a lot of these NGOs are making money off the top because these people will pay them back for getting them into the country and across the border.
And customs enforcement agents, which I think is poetic
slave labor
justice. However, the measly $26 million that's coming in here every year, it would take forever to get to the $64.7 billion that hoe has been getting from us for God knows how long. That was just 1 year, bro. 1 year. So the fleecing of America stops because President Trump is at the helm and you're not taking advantage of us anymore. It's called America First.
This next one, she talks about the illegals massing tons of wealth, building dream homes in their country with dual citizenship. They're building houses on both sides, and they're making a lot of money on the American side and mostly living on cheaper on the other side.
An interesting conversation with a guy who's a server at a local restaurant. And what I heard from him was quite astounding. I made a video about this about 2 weeks ago. And I talked about how Mexican citizens are building very elaborate homes down in their country. And because they are able to send remittances, they are able to send money home and uh, the country of Mexico is making billions of dollars in remittance fees off of us.
Yeah, they don't want us to have remittance fees, but Mexico's charging them on the other side of the border. They're making money off from all money sent over there. Their government is. Why shouldn't our country, if money being sent that way, be making the same? They're having a fit over the 2%.
American taxpayers. So here's the deal. This guy, he's really cool, and I listened. But exactly what I had said 2 weeks earlier,
We're going to make it so it doesn't pay to do this.
I heard from not just reading and doing research and doing deep dives, but I actually talked to somebody who lives this experience. He said he has a home here in Denver that's, uh, close enough to the state capital. And the closer you live to the capital, the more expensive the housing. Um, so he has a home he bought. He came here as a child with his parents. His parents have already moved back to Mexico. He is still here. He has a home here that's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, modest home. The developers have been trying to buy him out for quite a while because they are knocking down the older homes where he has lived for over 28 years. He's almost done paying that house off, by the way. He says he's a citizen, but whatever. Good for him. So the developers have offered him uh, $900,000, $950,000 for his home because they want to knock it down and build the new, beautiful, sophisticated, nouveau riche, feng shui, ultra modern homes that they're building in Denver. They're doing that a lot, and apartments, a lot of apartments here. So anyway, this dude has a home that's he could easily sell for $1 million. Oh, that's not all. But wait, there's more. He also has a home down in Mexico where he's from. This home he had built from the ground up. Yeah, it's a gorgeous home. 6 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, 4-car garage. Oh, yeah, and all the garages are filled with cars. Oh, yeah. Close to the beach, by the way. He lives in Guadalajara City outside of Jalisco. hmm hmm So while you so broke you can't pay attention, this dude looks like a modest server. Oh, he's just working, 4 days a week, serving. He's got a modest little income. Yeah, okay. He has amassed enough wealth. This dude is paying his house off here in Denver in 2 years. He'll be done paying the house off. 30-year mortgage, almost done. His home in Mexico, he built for $60,000 with the money that he sent home over the years. Marble finishes, 4-car garage, beautiful landscape. His aunt comes by and just checks on the property every once in a while. He goes down there a couple, 3 times a year to check on his house and, go home and be with his family. He said, of note, there's most of us have this. And I said, what do you mean by that? He said, most of us have a home down in our country where we come from. Most of us. Most of us. So while you're crying and these morons have you crying over these people being carted up out of here, what you need to understand is they're doing better than you. They are doing better than you. And the only reason that they are crying and fighting their deportation is because The gravy train is stopping for them. And if they don't have their house
Big
finished by
time gravy
by the
train.
time they're caught, they can't make that kind of money where they're from. So they better have their house finished. Do not feel sorry for these people. They are doing much better than you. We need to stick to America first. We need to stay on task. We need to focus. We need to support our president. We need to support ICE. We need to support CBP. We need to support the local law enforcement who are working with ICE. And we need to get these folks on up out of here so we can have a shot at what they have had for years. Some of these people have built 2 or 3 freaking homes in their home country. Don't cry for them. They're doing just fine.
Absolutely, absolutely. The America First agenda.
This Epstein issue has become quite the hot topic over the last few days. Ever since that press conference that was supposed to be about it was a cabinet meeting essentially with the president and his cabinet, and Pam Bondi gave an update. She said what she said, and the president came back with the response. Look, man, are y'all still talking about this? You still talking about this? With everything else we have going on, you're still talking about this? That's a multi-pronged statement. And as I said on the Colorado show earlier that I was on, that was quite the Academy Award winning performance by my president, if I do say so myself. You know, we have 4 years of economic Armageddon that we have just started to come
Open
out
borders
of.
Armageddon,
And it is
too.
because of the very aggressive, very focused, and very strategic Trump policies. And those policies are meant, I don't know if you've noticed, but they all come back to America first, American citizens first, American industry first, American manufacturing first, American housing first for American citizens. It all of the mass deportations, everything that you are seeing goes back to America first. If you have a graph or a diagram, and there's a big circle, and there's a circle in the middle that says America first, everything is going to point to America first. That's it. That's all. American citizens first. That's what we need to deal with. This Epstein issue is what it is, was what it was, will be what it will be. Right now, that is not the most important issue of the day. It just isn't. We have got to get American citizens back to work. We have got to start making these laws so that American citizens are not the ones who are suffering under egregious financial policies on the state and national level, as I have been dealing with as of late. An American citizen can't even buy a car unless you are making a certain amount of money. If you're not, then you just don't drive. You don't get to work. You don't get to
A lot of them, the illegals, now have 3, 4 cars up here in the home.
eat. You don't get to enjoy life. We got to deal with those issues first. We have got to get America back on track. And then we can go backward and deal with the horrific things that have taken place because these nasty, disgusting globalist assholes have been in charge, and we can bring down the whole diseased, corrupt temple on their fucking heads. Right now, y'all gonna need to focus not on Pam Bondi. She's, if she's not doing what the president wants done, he's gonna fire her ass. You understand? Same with Dan Bongino, same with Kash Patel. There's a lot of things.
Remember, this is from about 2 weeks ago.
Going on in the background that we don't know about. And look, you're not going to know every freaking thing. We're not intelligence. You're not going to be read in on every single thing. I mean, really think about this, because you're not getting this big synopsis of what's going on, and at 4 a.m. you're getting an intel.
I think that a lot of it's been doctored, a lot of the intel over these years, the whitewash some of the stuff and add stuff in there that's not even true.
Drop. Go somewhere and sit your ass down. Stay in the fucking fight, but geez, don't just throw everything away that we have all worked for because you're not getting an intelligence briefing every morning. Like Q level clearance intelligence. Don't do that, bro. We need to stay in this fight. We need to get Americans back to work. We need to do um, everything that's necessary to ensure that President Trump's America First policies are top of mind and winning hearts and minds. And that is going to come when people start to see, oh, damn, I can buy a car. Oh, Bill Pulte, formerly of Pulte Homes. Yeah, that Bill Pulte, who is now head of freaking housing or finance or something. I don't know his title, but I know Bill Pulte Homes. They were all over Colorado. And now he has worked with the president. It's now, so if your rental history, if you got a good rental history, that counts towards you buying a house. That's going to help free up some of the gridlock and the bottlenecking with young people so they can start owning homes again. And that is huge. Nobody else would have done that. Communists, Democrats don't want you
I think you're right, Gregory. They did doctor it from the beginning. They won't give that stuff up without a fight, you know.
to own a home. They want you to own nothing and be happy. Sick Heil. Fucker. They don't want you to own anything. That's why they never came up with this. President Trump wants you to own
Yeah, communism believes in no private property whatsoever. None.
a piece of the country that is yours, the citizens. Why do you think these mass deportations are happening? To get all these fucking people out of here who don't belong here. Bro, come on. Don't just throw everything, oh, I'm joining the America Party. Shut up. Because you don't have an intelligence briefing on your desk, in your email. Shut up. What would you do with it? What would you do with it? You can't do nothing with it but share it. Sit down for a minute. I'm going to tell you what, that shit's going to drop. The Epstein file's going to drop like a hot new rap video. All right? It's going to be on a Friday afternoon at 1700. Nobody's going to expect it. You'll have all weekend as a content creator or whatever the hell you're doing to tell all your followers, guess what? But for now, we're going to make America great again. And you're going to stop whining about Pam Bondi and everybody else.
Yeah, I think they got more on the whole Biden Obama stuff with RussiaGate. I think they've got more of that info. Actually, have it. I'm hoping the rest of it will come out. There is some testimony going on with the Maxwell there and stuff like that that's going on right now. So, anyways, all right. The next one's on the DEI race hustlers and murderers. Here we go. Welcome.
I started my own campaign. Few reasons, but here's the deal. I'm seeing so many of these videos on social media, particularly TikTok, with these people who are just making asses of themselves, talking about these poor little girls who were tragically lost during the recent torrential downpour, hurricane, whatever, that just happened in Texas. But these Camp Mystic girls, they were away at camp. And these are babies. And these dumb individuals are making videos of themselves saying ratchet shit about these poor little babies. These are babies. What is wrong with you people? These are babies. Do you understand what it means? These parents are not going to see their child alive again. I know that pain. You don't want it. And all these morons making fun of these families because, of course, they have Trump derangement syndrome. It makes absolutely no sense. Well, these individuals are, they're coming after them. People are coming after them because they're stupid. They make these videos and then they wonder why they get fired from their job or because they lose their seat on some political board or something. It's because you cannot say things like this. These are babies. I don't care what your political beliefs are. I'm referring to Sadie Perkins particularly. This individual is a race baiting fool. She is a DEI individual. She is a prime example of DEI. And she is one of the individuals who has made really good money off of being a racist asshole. And she's black, or, she appears to be anyway. I don't know if she's a tether, whatever. But the point is, she has made mad cash off of her skin color. And she is, crazy enough, married to a white pastor. And she made these horrible comments about how these girls, maybe their parents, maybe they got what they deserved and this, that, and the other. Bitch, what? These are babies. You don't do that. You don't do that. She's dumb. She's part of this Pan-African movement where, they believe that, everything's owed to them, and that white people are just supposed to just do nothing but pay them and shut up and, give them this, give them that, which, whatever. I don't care what she believes. The stupid thing is, as I mentioned, did I mention she's married to a white pastor? You sleep next to a white man every night, but you hate white people. Another Ilhan Omar, just using the melanin in your skin to make money. Why do you think these DEI hires across this country have been freaking out over USAID money going away and the Trump administration cracking down on this DEI bullshit? Look at that fire chief in Austin, Texas. That black fire chief. He still has a job, by the way, which is really stupid. But he is another DEI hire who refused to send money or assistance to Kerbal, Texas, to help out, and it could have saved the lives of some of those babies and other people. Talking about, oh well, it's not in the budget, and even though Austin gets reimbursed from the state government because they get money from the federal government when a disaster is declared. He would have got the money reimbursed, but he wanted to be an ass. He was hired, of course, under this DEI bullshit, and he wanted to hire more LGBT blah 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 and more black people, melanated blah blah blah. This is why things have been going the way that they have, with things not getting done. Look at Philadelphia. I can give you example after example after example. Look at Philadelphia. Look at all the trash piling up in Philly. Oh yeah, the mayor, she black. And people are going, bitch, what are you going to do about all this? This is a health hazard. Oh, well, you can't say nothing to her because she black. Shit on that. You want the job, you want the money, you want the prestige, you want all the perks, but we can't say nothing to you when you screw up because you black. If you cannot do the job, then you don't need to be hired for the job based on your skin color. That is exactly the opposite of what Dr. Martin Luther King preached about and fought a civil fight over during the civil rights movement. Anyway, Sadie Perkins is another DEI racist Pan-African filling people's heads.
No, Gregory, I didn't see your live.
With bull crap. And
how long ago did you do one?
aligning with individuals who write books like White Fragility. What is it? What is that? Look, I started a campaign because if she can raise money, I can raise money. If Luigi Mangione can raise $1.5 million when he allegedly shot somebody at point blank range, the head of what was it, United Health or something, he and he
I'll make sure to go back and look at it later tonight.
he's still raising money. Oh yeah, let's not talk about Carmelo Anthony. This fool went to his classmate, a fellow classmate, just went up to him, juked him, and took off. And then ran crying, oh, he was defending himself. And he has raised almost $600,000.
That's
What
ridiculous.
the hell is going on with Americans? Look, I started a campaign. Let's prove that Americans have not fallen so far to the ground that we can't pick ourselves up. Look, y'all, you've seen me. I've been a content creator for God, at least since 2015, when the president first went down the escalator. And I've been doing it ever since. I've been kicked off one social media after another, and I keep going. So check out the description. Give what you can. And let's prove that America has not fallen so far that we cannot get up. Peace out. From borderhawk.news. Exclusive. Biden's flood of West African migrants now swamping U.S. immigration courts. So these individuals are from a country in Africa called Mauritania. I didn't even know what that was until 2021 when Joe Biden opened up the borders and the flood started coming in. Mauritania, I don't even know what that is. It is actually called the Islamic Mauritania or the Islamic Republic of Mauritania, something of that effect. But these individuals started coming here in mid to late 2021 as a trickle. It started with 9. And then it went up to like 300 and then 18,000 the next month. And, then just a flood. It was a trickle and then a flood. So now the U.S. immigration courts are swamped with all these freaking Africans intending to stay here. And it's because President Trump did away with temporary protected status for Mauritania, which he should. Excuse you. What part of temporary do you expect to remain permanent? If you love Joe Biden so much and you love Kamala Harris and Alejandro Mayorkas and all of them clowns so much, why didn't they give these people amnesty and make just sweeping citizens? Why didn't they make them all citizens? Y'all love them so much. Why don't you ask them? Why don't you hit them up on X and ask them, why didn't you make these people permanent? They did this so that the Trump administration would have to deal with this mess. Every time Trump turns around, he has to clean up Obama's mess. It's been happening since 2015, 2016, and it's still happening. So Mauritania is one of the countries that still practices open slavery. There are open slave markets, just like in Libya. Excuse me. Mauritania is a country where they speak a language called Hassania. I've never heard of that shit. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that. We have paid over $8.5 billion in the past 4 years just on translation services for these freaking people. Not just the Mauritanians, but across the board for all of these individuals who came here illegally under the Biden administration. $8.5 billion. Do you know what we could have done with that much money? That was a waste. We'll never get that money back. So now these individuals, because their temporary protected status is over, now they're swamping the courts, trying to hurry up and get a hearing with a judge, thinking they're going to be able to stay here when you're not. Your temporary protected status is up. You're going to have to take your monkey ass right back to your monkey ass country. We cannot take care of the whole world. I hate it for everybody, but we are a very generous country and we have done so much. We have made Mexico rich. We have made Honduras a decent. We have helped every freaking body on the map. We have completely developed China and brought them from an imperialist capital to a capitalist slash communist system. And the only reason
I'll be
that
sure
they
to look
can,
at it,
continue to
Gregory.
practice communism is because of the capitalist system that we have afforded them the opportunity to enjoy.
Well,
They were not
when she comes on with me, make sure you comment for her to come on here.
open until Bill Clinton came in and made them a most favored nation, and then we started trading with them, and it was over. It's a wrap. Now they own
I've been trying to get Peggy D to come over here too, that she should.
everything. So anyway, back to Mauritania. These Africans are trying to stay here longer than they should. You're temporary. You were temporary when you got here. The House Committee on Homeland Security released a startling data in June of 2024, which included monthly border encounters exceeding 240,000 per month for 11 straight months. Do that math, and you tell me how any less than 50 million came here under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. No less than 50 million. I have said that for years, and I'm standing by that. No less, because you got to figure, even with those numbers, some of these months, there were 500,000 or more that they tracked. What about those that were the gotaways that they never caught? There are millions of those. We don't even know where the freak they are. They are flying so far under the radar, we can't see them.
We'll never get them all out of here. It's just not going to happen. But you got to try to cut the numbers down and stop letting more in.
The gravy train.
Plus, getting them all on the free stuff. You know, with them cutting off all the free stuff to them, that's going to cause a lot of them to go back.
Stopped. And everybody has to get off. We're done with all of you. Y'all gonna have to figure out how to make your own damn country great again. Because we worked our ass off to make ours great again. Your turn.
And wages, real wages, will start going up.
So shitty baby daddy Mahmoud Khalil is back in the news. This time he is suing the Trump administration. Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, for $20 million. You heard me right, $20 million. He has already been able to amass a small fortune, raising money to continue the lifestyle to which he has become accustomed as a professional protester at Columbia University, among other places, for Hamas, Hezbollah, and so-called Free Palestine. Bitch, we're over that shit. We're done. We're moved on to other things, bigger and better things, like America first. So instead of this dude getting a job and taking care of his responsibilities now, his girlfriend and his anchor baby, he is here suing, it's not Trump or Kristi Noem or DHS. You're suing the American taxpayers. Why in the world can't we just get him up out of here? Why is he still here? Why? It's only because of this pressure by the crank far left that has funded him and that has continued to try to keep things tied up in court to keep him here. You need to listen to the truth about this Palestinian bullshit, this so-called genocide. Let me tell you something. These individuals they want to call Palestinians have had plenty of opportunities to uplift themselves, to be uplifted out of poverty. They have been given millions of dollars. They have been given chance after chance after chance. Israel has reached out to them over the years since the 90s to try to negotiate peace with them, to say, okay, finally, here you go. 95% of this land, here, take it, good grief, take it and go. Leave us alone. It's yours. Do what you want. Develop it. Do what you want with it. No. Do you know what they did? Businessmen raised money for them and to try to get them a hand up and not a hand out so that they could take care of themselves. You know what they did? They built tunnels, massive tunnels, to keep Hamas hidden so that they could continue to terrorize the people of Israel. Let me tell you something. Their only stated purpose in life is to destroy every Israeli. That's it. That is all. Nothing else matters. No matter what they're
Hey,
offered,
Colin.
no matter how nice you
Hi,
are
John.
to them, it doesn't. They don't give a fuck. All they want to do is destroy the Jews. That's their stated goal. They don't care. This Mahmoud Khalil is a product of this shit, and he is a little leech. He's like herpes.
Is that
He's a little
expensive for
parasite.
that billboard? Is that expensive? Huh, I wonder.
And the longer that we allow him to stay here to spew this bullshit, they are keeping people in a narrative prison, making them think that these people, oh, they're so
They
oppressed.
should be
Oh, these
deported.
poor people. No, they have been given opportunity after opportunity. Listen to Brigitte Gabriel. She is a
Did you see some of them where they're getting like $3,000 a month for groceries? Unbelievable, with the EBT cards and everything. What they're doing is they're buying a lot of it and reselling it and all that kind of stuff.
Lebanese-born American citizen. She did it the right way. Mahmoud Khalil, by the way, is
I
still
agree,
an
John.
illegal alien.
Totally.
He has not obtained citizenship, and he's not going to be able to after the stunts he has pulled. The State Department will not grant him any type of
Some want to get rid of dual citizenship. You're either going to be American or you're not. I don't know. What's everyone think about that?
residency. He needs to get the fuck on up out of here. You gonna try to steal more money from taxpayers after
And there's also some bills they're thinking of. I don't know if it's going to pass and get all signed and all this and that. And what they have to have a super majority on it. But anyone who's not born here in America, not being able to run for office in the House or Senate, I kind of like that idea. Then Omar would be in there for one.
we have been supporting your baby mama. Ain't that a bitch?
Because if they could take over the Congress, they could change the law that someone could be president that isn't even born in America if they get full control.
They didn't have to pay one dime for that kid being born. I guarantee that. Did you get to have your baby for free? No, you didn't. You had to pay. This dude is a Muslim Brotherhood, Hamas, Hezbollah plant. He works for them. He wants to live here for free. He wants to continue they're on record, they're on video saying that it's time for jihad. They say it. Go look at the videos on X. They're all over the place. He doesn't care about negotiating. He doesn't care. He wants more money so that he can do more damage to this country. Mahmoud Khalil is a shitty baby daddy. He won't work. All he wants to do is protest and try to keep this narrative going that somehow these people are being wronged. You need to listen to Brigitte Gabriel on Piers Morgan. She gives a 3-minute history.
Someone says he isn't even going to college there.
History lesson on what has taken place since the early 90s when Israel has tried to negotiate with these people, gave them land, gave them money, gave them whatever they asked for, and it's never been enough. They destroyed what they were given. Just destroyed it. Dude, these people don't want peace.
Pipes and use
they
for
don't
bombs.
give a shit. They want the end of the Israelis. That's it. That's all. And even then, they won't be satisfied.
They want the end of us, too.
You cannot satisfy these people. Stop trying. Get Mahmoud Khalil's bitch ass up out of here. He's not a citizen. What's taking so long? These Democrats, these liberals are really, they are showing who and what they are and who they support. And we don't need to ask them We don't need them to do campaign speeches for 2026 to try to maintain their seats. We don't need to ask them at town halls because we're seeing it. We are seeing. Axios published an article recently talking about their view, which is that you need to be willing to pretty much get arrested, shot, you know, for the cause. Because for communists, the ends justify the means. That is Saul Alinsky, Rules for Radicals. These people are out of control. They are getting tipped off before the ICE raids. So there's somebody on the inside who is tipping people off. And then these kooks, these lulu kootards show up and start causing trouble and getting in the way of what I voted for. And let me tell you something. Let's say an American citizen goes to court, which I've seen with my own eyes, and they have some kind of active warrant on their record. What happens to American citizens? Do American citizens get a pass because, he has a job, or he has kids, or, he has to provide for his kids, so he can't be taken to jail. You can't serve on this warrant. You can't send him to jail. He needs to be making money for his kids. Have you ever heard that before? I mean, nobody even bothers to ask that sort of thing because good and damn well it does not matter whether you have kids or whether you have a job. They don't give a fuck about Americans. If you have an active warrant on your shit, guess what? Clank, clank, you're going to jail. So, riddle me this, Batman. Why is it that these individuals are so just protective of illegal aliens who broke our laws? They broke the law. I don't care if they just came here and they haven't done anything else. They don't have a record. They don't have anything else. They didn't do anything else. You broke, but you still got what?
And why get all the free stuff?
You still broke the law to get here. You still completely disobeyed our laws. They have put me through absolute freaking hell trying to straighten bullshit out because of that crash that I had last August. I don't get a pass. Nobody. That I had to go to court like everybody else. I didn't. You don't get a pass. I didn't get a pass for shit, for anything. What? Why is it that they are the most protected class in America? Are those who are not even citizens of this country, but they're the most protected, most precious. That doesn't even make any sense. Go to a courtroom. You can go as an American citizen. You can go sit in a courtroom and just kind of look. I've done that before because you need to understand the system and how it works. You just go sit in the courtroom. You can sit in the back. You ain't even got to say anything. Watch what happens. If you got an active warrant on your shit, the judge is going to put the gavel down and the bailiff is going to walk your monkey ass right to the back in handcuffs. But, the illegals, when they go to court, God forbid that ICE grabs them. What kind of Jedi mind fuck are you Democrats continually trying to get other citizens to believe? I don't feel sorry for any of these people. The tears, the whining, the crying, the dragging your feet, and them dragging them down the hall. I don't care. Too many American citizens. Guess what? If you are a mother, you go to court and you don't have anybody, you don't have anybody there with you. If you get in trouble and you got to go to jail, they're not going to give you a pass just because you have kids. Don't bring your kids to court, because what they'll do is they'll take your ass to jail, and they'll put your kids, they'll say, hey, you got somebody who can come pick them up? Because if not, they go into social services and they're going into foster care. They don't give us a pass. Why do they always have to get a pass when they broke the law worse than we ever did? Answer that. Video a few days ago concerning the Jeffrey Epstein files and how MAGA needs to just, chill out a little bit, give it a little bit more time. It's going to be revealed. These things are going to be revealed. And like I said, it's probably going to be on a Friday afternoon at 1800. So y'all can freak out and have a chance to let it marinate over the weekend. I'm still convinced of that. The information is going to come out. However, it is a very contentious topic. And to my president, we love you dearly. We have seen what you and your family have gone through for the past 10 years to make America first. We appreciate you. And look, I've been here since 2015. I have been MAGA since before. I've been dark MAGA before Elon showed up. So I'm not going anywhere. And I'm going to quietly just kind of watch this and see what's going on. I'm not getting off the train. It's just saying. All right. I'm going to stand 10 toes deep on business, because I know that God has sent you to do the work that you are doing. Nobody else would do this. Nobody. Nobody on this planet would do this, and certainly not to the degree that you are. It needs a steady hand and tough love, because things have just gone so far in the pits that we have to fight our way out again and clean up another one of Obama's messes, because that's just what it is. But I tell you what, we got to get America back on track. So I guess now we got to figure out how we're going to walk and chew gum at the same time, because people are very upset about these files and about Pam Bondi. And I have supported her. But look, if she's not the right person for the job right now, girl, I'm going to need you to step aside, because we have work to do. This country has got to be restored. And we need the America First agenda to be first, not protecting somebody for whatever your personal reasons are, not any kind of money or anything else. Go somewhere else, start a podcast. I don't know. But people are pissed. MAGA is pissed, bro. We are pissed. We have spent 10 years supporting our president. They have tried to take him out in every way possible. They have smeared him. They have smeared his family. They have tried to smear First Lady. They have tried to smear the base. January 6th, they threw innocent, praying American citizens in prison for walking through a Capitol that we pay for and singing Amazing Grace. Imagine that. But yet they want to protect illegal foreign nationals who don't belong here, who broke all the laws, but, let's protect them. Look, MAGA is pissed. We have watched the degradation of society. We have watched the ruination of this country, and generations that have been adversely affected by the pandemic and by transgenderism and the screwing up the minds of children. This can be corrected, but I'm going to tell you, for the sake of keeping the base together and cohesive, we need scalps. That's it. That's all. We need scalps. We have watched as these politicians have lined their pockets and sent billions of dollars to Ukraine and billions of dollars, actually $1 trillion, to take care of illegals while American citizens have suffered. We have watched as these
Where did you send
politicians
it,
have
John?
gotten enormously
platform?
wealthy, and they do whatever the hell they want, and they ignore us. We have watched as they continue to break our laws. Ilhan Omar, marriage fraud, and still walk around and get a congressional salary when that bitch needs to be on the first thing smoking back to Somalia where she belongs. She says she loves her country so much. Bye, Felicia. This is the mess that I'm talking about. We need scalps. That's the only thing that is going to bring this to a point where people will be like, okay. So y'all gonna need to figure this out, figure out who it is, who's going to be the scapegoats, because we need more than one. It's been 10 years of this shit. 10 years of constant ridicule and censoring and kicking off of social media and just so much that I can't even name it all. But I'm telling you, the only thing that is going to work at this point, we don't want more investigation. I'm sending investigation. I'm sending this to the DOJ. We don't want no more investigations. We're done with investigations. You have amassed 10 years of these politicians and these organizations, these NGOs, the USAID, these immigrants' rights groups, these individuals who have been stealing our money, these billionaires who have been stealing our money. You have all the information. You need to execute. That's it. That's all. I don't care if you need to take down the entire swamp. Freaking do it. Bring down the corrupt, diseased swamp on their heads. That is what will stop the fracture.
Take care, Gregory.
And that is
Later.
the only thing. We don't want no more investigations. We're done. We need scalps, and we need them now. That's it. That's it. Dead ass. Scalps.
Absolutely.
Story that's been flying under the radar, and thank you to the intrepid reporter Oscar Blue Ramirez for bringing this to our attention. And he has been reporting on the southern border for years. Before the media got involved, Oscar Blue Ramirez, Anthony Aguero, Ben Berquam have been reporting on the southern border. You should follow all of them on X for the latest up-to-date information. Now, let's talk about this story. Very interesting. Headline, this is from a foreign publication called First Post. Headline is, why has Iran expelled 500,000 Afghans in 15 days? What? How did we not know about this? Because the Jezebel whore, Sodom and Gomorrah media doesn't want you to know. They want you to stay focused on the deportations here in the United States that are going to continue to happen. And now that the big, beautiful bill has passed and we've got almost $200 billion to make sure that these individuals get deported, these encounters are going to accelerate. Yes, indeed. So, what do we have here according to First Post? Iran, yeah, you heard me right, Iran has expelled over 500,000 Afghans since the war with Israel ended. It ended. Even this foreign newspaper is acknowledging that the war is over, thanks to President Trump, of course, one and done. But see, what's happening is Iran is not getting the cash pallets, plain fulls of pallets and pallets of cash overnight sent to Iran by Slim Slacks Obama in the middle of the night while you're all sleeping. He has stolen billions of your tax dollars and sent it to this terrorist country that has allowed them to develop these nuclear weapons that President Trump had to go ahead and snatch away from them. So they're not getting any more payments. They're not getting any more SWIFT wire transfers. They're not getting any more money. And President Trump is threatening sanctions against countries who do business with Iran. So, yeah, they're not getting any more money. So they have realized we got all these extra foreigners here. Yeah, they got to go. Tehran, actually, according to this publication, gave the Afghans, and the Pakistanis, by the way, until the 6th of July to what? Self-deport. I've heard that somewhere before. They gave them a chance to self-deport, and now they are ramping it up. 500,000 people kicked out of the country in only 15 days. We got to ramp up these deportations. No Supreme Court got involved with Iran. No activist judges who are mostly foreign and shouldn't be on the bench in America anyway. None of their interference. No protesters, no liberal kooks trying to interfere with ICE and with local authorities carrying out their directive straight from the president. Iran is unapologetic. They are getting these people up out of their country because they're not able. This is an unsustainable model. These people came over after the fall of Afghanistan in 2021 when Biden and Harris handed it back over to the Taliban. Yeah, and 13 service members were killed to try to protect American citizens, of course, at Bagram Air Force Base. But yeah, let's just not even talk about that. Let's just keep talking about the deportations happening here. None of that is happening in Iran. No opposition. They don't give a flying flip. They don't care. There ain't no pink hair weirdos. You would be immediately disposed of. Let's just say that. So, the International Organization for Migration has estimated 508,426 Afghans have left Iran via the border between 24 June and 9 July alone. And it is continuing. This is a continuing process. Every day, they're getting them up out of there. They can't afford to keep these people. They were working low-wage jobs, and they claimed, they were being discriminated against. Oh, wait a minute. I thought it was just Americans who were racist. Turns out Iran does not like Afghans. Uh-oh. So, some reports say that even those Afghans with valid visas are being forcibly removed. So if it's good enough for Iran, what are we waiting for? Our ICE agents and our Border Patrol and those who are part of the removal process, they just got almost $200 billion in the big, beautiful bill, baby. Let's get them on up out of here. I ain't got time for these protesters. We cannot sustain keeping all these people here. They can't get work permits because they're illegal. Their benefits are being cut off every single day. They're not going to keep getting welfare and food stamps and housing and Section 8 and free cars and free homes and free hotels. The Row Hotel, everything is closing off for these individuals. Self-deport.
They work under the table anyways. They don't want to work over the table.
Go to CBP Home. You're going to get your monkey ass out of here one way or the other. But I find it very interesting that nobody is talking about Iran mass deporting Afghanis.
That wouldn't fit their narrative, their racist narrative.
Mayor Brandon Johnson has just come out with terrible news, just like here in Denver. Crazy how this is happening in what? Oh, yeah, sanctuary cities. You know, we saw this coming like a freight train. Chicago is now doing the same thing as Denver with regard to the budget. They have a $734 million budget deficit in Chicago. Colorado, it's more like um, maybe close to $400 million, five almost $500 million deficit in Denver because
But they're desperate to keep the illegals. They'll keep spending on the illegals.
why? Oh, yeah, these two sanctuary city mayors have been spending our tax money to front millions and millions of dollars to take care of illegal aliens, to put them up in hotels, to get them all of these freebies that they have enjoyed for the last 4 years. And we warned you about what was coming. We warned you. And for some odd reason, I don't know, they thought that either Biden or Harris or one of them would somehow pull off a win after putting everybody under duress for 4 years? Are you shitting me? We couldn't wait for y'all monkey asses to leave. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Good God. Don't ever show your ugly faces again. The hell? You actually thought y'all.
John, I'm hearing, especially out in California, there the congestion and the traffic is really a lot better now that they've been deporting. I don't know.
Was going to win after what you had put us through, after we watched in horror. I will never stop saying this for every single day with hundreds of thousands of illegal aliens lining up to come into this country and steal our benefits and have us foot the bill. Chicago is laying off what? Teachers, they're laying off city workers, they're laying off administrative staff. Same thing is happening here in Denver. I'm going to make other videos as this information continues to be released, but it's the same damn thing. It's going to start, there are going to be announcements out of LA, out of Boston, and that CCP plant, Michelle Wu. All of these sanctuary cities, LA is obviously broke. Hell, the whole state of California is broke. The state of Illinois broke. The state of Colorado broke. Why? We warned you people.
New York is way broke and they're still desperate to keep these illegals here.
We warned you. You are spending billions in total on these people, billions of dollars, and you just thought that you were going to keep getting federal money. Well, President Trump isn't giving you federal money to support them anymore. So let me guess. Now, in Colorado, we're starting to have wildfires. So if you can't.
Well, Americans should start taking those jobs, get their kids out of the basement and get them out there working. All these parents' basements.
Get the money in the front door, you get it in the back. And this so-called gay governor seems to like the back door. Bitch ass. Illinois, I'm sure they'll figure out a way to have some natural disaster. Unnatural, as it were. California, there are citizens who are stopping people going into the forest to start fires. It's on video. These are some sick bastards that we have tolerated for way, way, way too long. Okay? Now they have spent so much money on illegal foreign nationals and their care. The hospitals have been absolutely bankrupted. I know Denver Health here has been, my gosh.
They've had to close some of the hospitals out there.
They are in the hole. They had to get a bailout from the state. The state had to get a bailout before Biden left. We warned you. We
Yeah, the
warned
90
you
some billion.
about taking care of these individuals. And guess what? We can't ever go to these countries and say, yo, we're going to need you to pay all this money back because we've been still giving you them wire transfers every month and we've been taking care of your people. Yeah, they ain't got the money. Why? Because USAID had their doors closed. Thank Holy Christ, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Well, my older brother does highway superintendent and highway stuff, and I've always done construction my whole life. It ends up cutting down the wages, really.
No more USAID because it was not for American citizens anyway. We never benefited from it.
Although a lot of the younger ones are soy boys and wimpy and lazy.
Nothing they were ever doing was for the American citizens who paid the bill. Chicago is bankrupt. And let me tell you something. I don't want to hear jack fucking shit from any of these teachers in Denver whining, talking about, oh, it's Trump's fault. We're not getting, no, bitch. No. Hate it for you, but Trump has only been in there 6 months. This is a problem that took years to get this way. Y'all have been taking, do you understand how much money you have spent on English as a second language classes, ESL classes? We have spent over $8 billion just in translation services. You didn't think this was going to come back to haunt you? Chicago, I don't want to hear your bullshit about you're getting rid of teachers. We need teachers. No, we don't. They've been closing schools for the last 4 years because you've been teaching kids about nastiness. So no, nobody wants to go to your nasty ass schools where your teachers are lazy and don't want to teach them anything except trans bullshit. Now, Chicago is broke. And they're laying off a bunch of teachers, and it's not Trump's fault. He just started his job. Blame Biden, blame Harris for letting all these illegals in here to steal your money. Teachers, you got a problem? Take it up with Kamala. She was the border czar, remember? America is finding out who our friends are on the world stage. One of those is Nigeria. Recently, President Trump inquired with the foreign minister of Nigeria to for them to be a safe third country for housing the and transporting the illegal aliens who are nabbed by ICE. Because it's going to take a little bit of time to stand up detention facilities, right? So he inquired with Nigeria as to, hey, we need to use your country as a safe third country since these people claim asylum. And Nigeria, their foreign minister said, nope, no. Yeah, he announced recently at the BRICS summit that was in Brazil that they would not take any Venezuelans or any of the foreign criminals who came to this country illegally. By the way, literally everybody, male, female, child, cousins, mama, auntie, uncle, baby mama, mama. If you came here and you did not come through a legal port of entry, you are a criminal. You broke our laws. All of you. That's a fact. When American citizens break the law, we have to answer for it. So, just needed to say that. This foreign minister from Nigeria even went so far as to use a line from A Public Enemy song. I ain't got nothing for you, son. At the BRICS summit just last week. So Nigeria is a no. Really? We've given Nigeria over $7.5 billion over the last decade to feed their people, supposedly, and to uplift their shitty third world country. But when we need Nigeria, they say no. All of the scams they pulled on American citizens. Remember all the Nigerian scams? You remember. Mhm. Yeah, now that we need them to offer as a safe third country, so we can get these illegals up out of here, so we can return to the business of American citizens first for a change. Go figure, what a concept. They say no. So, wait a minute. We have given you over $7.5 billion over the last 10 years. We have taken in your people. All I have to do is go over to Aurora, full of Nigerians. And until President Trump showed up, there were thousands of them every month. So we take in your people. We give them welfare. We give them Section 8 housing. We give them free medical care. We give their children free education. We put their kids through college. And when the president asks you for one thing, the answer is no. Do you know what this foreign minister excuse was? He said, Nigeria, we have enough problems of our own. We have 200 million people here, and we have enough problems of our own. We can't import problems. Oh, motherfucker. I got you. I got you. Not one more dime to Nigeria ever again. Because fuck you, that's why.
I agree with that.
I'm not going to let go of this not
Trojan horse amnesty. No way.
amnesty bill introduced by Maria Salazar of Florida. Um, co-sponsored. One of them was, I think, Veronica Escobar of Texas. Come to find out, when I looked at the more expanded list, there are other co-sponsors, including Gabe Evans, right here in the 8th District of Colorado, which is Aurora. Interesting. Where Trendy Aragua was first put on the American map, not El Salvador, where
Local
from
elections.
whence they derive. Gabe Evans, honey, did you fall and hit your head on the way out of the Capitol Grill? Why would you get on and co-sponsor this disaster? What? Why would you? Are you serious? In Aurora, you co-sponsor a bill with Maria Salazar of Florida that you know would mean amnesty for 50 million illegal aliens who have been in this country for God knows how long. See, Maria Salazar is trying to pull an okie doke.
Probably more than that.
Okay. She's trying to make you feel something, feel a certain type of way. She's trying to make it where, oh, they can never apply, they can never be citizens. But then, it's like almost 300 pages, this draft is. So
if they self-deport, then apply and come back, then they can become citizens.
Somewhere buried deep in there, there's going to be a provision that offsets everything that she is standing there telling you at the podium. See, Gabe Evans.
Oh, the coconut tree. Good one, Gregory.
Did you think that? Look, bro, I'm gonna need you to holler at me. Because this makes no sense. You've got the 7th Democrat just signed up yesterday to run against your ass. You're outnumbered as it is. You gonna pull this shit knowing how contentious this amnesty issue is for those of us who voted for mass deportations? What part of mass deportations don't you understand? Why are you people, why does it take you so long to grasp very simple concepts? We need 7 to 10,000 deportations every freaking day until these individuals are removed from this country. Let me tell you something.
More than
Maria
that,
Salazar is trying to make it seem like, oh, they'll never get citizenship. Oh, they can pay into the economy a
but it's a good start.
$7,000 fee. And then after a certain amount of time, if they want to apply for permanent residency, then they can pay like a $5,000 down payment and make payments toward it, bringing money into the treasury. Bitch, shut up. Shut up. Cap, cap, cap. You're full of shit. Let me tell you something. There was a scandal exposed by intrepid reporter Savannah Hernandez regarding Jackson Hewitt. Y'all keep saying, oh, these illegals pay into the economy. They feed the economy. They're helping the economy because they
Take
pay
more
taxes.
than they put in.
Through what? Their fraudulent ITIN number that was issued under Bill Clinton in the 90s that doesn't even apply anymore? Or do you mean the Social Security numbers that they have
I think they still have to leave first and then apply. They don't just get
stolen
to stay.
from American citizens living and dead? Is that what you mean? Because none of those apply. Let me jump back to Savannah Hernandez, who exposed Jackson Hewitt for giving illegal aliens $14,000 tax returns. You heard me. So because most of them have low wage jobs. Okay, that's why the Democrats and the Republicans want them here, is because they come cheap, right? So you got them,
Very
they
cheap.
pay into the system maybe $3,000, but then at the end of the year,
If that.
they can go and claim, 15,000 fucking dependents, and before you know it, they got a check for 14 grand. Go look at Savannah
Some of them are filing under 2-3 different names and getting checks back when they never paid in at all.
Hernandez and her reporting on this. So they're not contributing to the economy. So she goes on to say this Salazar, Maria Salazar, oh, well, they can't ever get federal benefits or health care. But see, then when you dig down deep into this 300-page bill, there's some little stipulation in there that says, well, since the money's going back to the states, we don't have anything to do with it if they decide to take care of these off the books illegal foreign nationals. See, it's always an okie doke. They're always going to pull an okie doke in the back door. Gabe Evans, that bill was poison. And you could not resist because somehow she convinced you, Maria Salazar, because she's got a big fat mouth and she's loud and obnoxious. So you believed her somehow that they feed into the economy. No, they steal jobs from American citizens. We still got almost 8 million American men who have dropped out of the workforce in the last 4 years. Where are they? We need to get them back in the workforce. We need to put them to work before we put these illegal aliens to work. There is no benefit to amnesty. There is no benefit to these people being here. They need to go back to their country and make their country great. We fought like freaking hell to get Donald Trump in office so we could make America great again.
We had to fight the media.
Y'all gonna have to go home and fight for your country. We had to. Gabe Evans,
You got to
You
get the corrupt
just
leaders out of every
destroyed your
country.
chances. You're going to get primary because of this. Hate it for you. Check that list of co-sponsors. If your representative is on that list, give them hell.
No amnesty. No amnesty, Bill.
The Department of Justice is moving very, very swiftly under the directive of President Trump to fire immigration judges. This is fantastic. There is one that happened very recently that was on a local news station in Chicago. This individual was Judge Jennifer Payton, who was the assistant chief immigration judge for the Chicago Immigration Court. This individual is seen in this video. She can't figure out why she was fired. The letter reads, "Dear Judge Payton, this notice serves to inform you pursuant to the Article 2 of the Constitution." Article 2 is President Trump. He is the chief executive. Article 2 powers supersede the judges who are Article 3. Article 1 is Congress. The Attorney General, Pam Bondi, thank you, Pam, give credit where it's due. Pam is in the background doing things that you don't know about, so please just chill out, and the girl is doing her job. I am very happy about what she has done with this one. Decided to remove you from your position as an accepted service assistant chief immigration judge with the United States Department of Justice, Executive Office for Immigration Review. Your removal is effective today. Yes, indeed. It's very interesting.
Like,
you are required to return all government property by the end of the day. This was on the 3rd of July, 2020.
Did everyone see how Trump negotiated it or worked out that Alina Habba is going to be reapproved again in the district courts there in New Jersey? Actually, she resigned just before she was canned, and then somehow he got her back in by fire. Pam Bondi fired the one that the court there, the 3 judges appointed, and then she was put back in. So she is again district court in New Jersey.
5. That means when this female thought she was going to celebrate the independence of the United States of America,
some really smart legal moves, believe me.
Even though she stomps the yard for illegal aliens and doesn't give a shit about America, she got a notice saying, "You're fired." So you get to go watch the fireworks and cry in your egg salad because you weren't doing your job, and we ain't playing with you no more. Okay. So she claims, I don't know what it was. I don't know why I got fired, but it was me and other female judges. Oh, okay. So you're insinuating that there's a bias of some sort because of gender inequality. Bullshit that doesn't even add up at this point. Oh, Pam Bondi, female. Oh, President Trump's chief of staff, his chief of staff, Susie Wiles, a woman. Oh, Alina Habba, who he assigned to the New Jersey district as the attorney general for
Greg, I don't know how it
that
worked, but
district that reports to the Department of Justice. Alina Habba is a woman. I mean, Tulsi Gabbard, the head of DNI, a woman. So please spare me with your little interview on 7 I-Team Chicago local station where you claim that somehow this is a woman thing. No, it's not, bitch. It's because you're incompetent. It's because you purposely tried to slow walk these immigration cases to keep your foreign slaves in this country. The Southern Dixie Democrats are the same as they were in the 1800s when they were trying to keep their black slaves. Now these are foreigners, primarily from Central and South America. You want to keep your slaves. So this Judge Payton was given the boot along with other immigration judges. President Trump is America first? What part of that don't you get? Temporary protected status means temporary. These individuals were given temporary protective status by little Napoleon. Napoleon complex having Alejandro Mayorkas, the ungrateful Cuban that we in America rescued, and he tried to destroy America by bringing all these individuals here, 50 million or more, under the Otto Penn residency of Joe Biden, Shady Pines, utilizing weaponized migration. It is in the UN Migration Pact. So please spare me. You can't gaslight me on this. These individuals were brought in under temporary protected status. That has been used and abused since the early 90s when it was enacted to try to help people in other countries who have natural disasters, hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, whatever, bring them into the U.S., give them temporary status until their country gets back on their feet, and then you got to go back home. But see, it's been used and abused. So now temporary protected status means 175 years and bring all of your 9,000 family members along with you. It has been used, and it's time to get rid of TPS altogether. Okay. We'll help you. We'll send you aid, but we're not taking in millions of your freaking people because you had a snowstorm or a hurricane. We're not going to do that no more. Anyway, this Judge Jennifer Payton is a lesson to you judges, you immigration judges, and you immigration attorneys. You're next. President Trump is going to start deputizing, according to reports, he's going to start deputizing National Guard members to go ahead and be temporary judges.
He's already doing that down in Florida.
To move this process on through so you white liberal Democrats can stop screeching about due process and giving all these legal constitutional rights to individuals who come here illegally and don't have rights. But anyway, we'll let that slide for now. Jennifer Payton, another one bites the dust, and it's fantastic to watch.
All right, the next one's another desperate Democrat accuses Trump of assaulting them 30 years ago. Bunch of bullcrap.
Here we go again. The desperate ex-Democrats going and drudging the bottom of purgatory to find yet another so-called accuser who thinks that she's going to take down Donald Trump with her stupid accusations. I
guarantee you there's payments.
Of something that she said happened 31, 32 years ago. Oh my God, here we go again. So this individual, Stacey Williams, was a Sports Illustrated model back in the day, the 90s, the early 90s. Okay, she looks nothing like that now. So I can't take her seriously. And the accusations were false then, and they are false now. Stacey Williams was dating Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, so what does that say about her character? She was his side hoe. He was still screwing around with Ghislaine Maxwell and, you know, only God knows who else. Little girls, from what we have understood, because he's a nasty ass. So what does that say about you, Stacey Williams? Did you know what was going on all that time? Did you know what he was doing with children? But yet now you want to come to the surface when you should have stayed your ugly ass under the rocks where you belong. But the Democrats brought her out again right now to try to clog up the news cycle. And I can tell because when you do a search, and I don't use Google because all you're going to get is a bunch of propaganda bullshit. I use Brave or some other search engine. Even Bing is better than Google. But Stacey Williams is broke. She ain't got no money. She's broke. She
Okay.
came out, they tried to drag her out. So she's a recycled old hoe. They brought her out last year, right before the election, like in October. She made some video, did an interview claiming, oh, yeah, she claimed he's President Trump, then, Donald Trump sexually assaulted her. And she's just coming out with it now. Don't you know we've been through this 100 times? Don't you know we've been through this with the 16 old broke down hoes from like 300 years ago who just came out of the woodwork in 2016? Oh, it was just one after the other. Bam, 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 bam. We
She
already
says
got
it
through
like it
that,
is.
bro. He still got elected. And he came out. Stormy Daniels, another old hag from back in the day. They brought her out. What happened? Everything she said was fabricated, dude. It was involving Michael Cohen, who was President Trump's attorney during that time. He was the one screwing her, and he was trying to keep it from his damn wife. So he projected it onto Donald Trump. So, of course, they trying to pay her to shut her dumb ass up. Here she comes trying to accuse Donald Trump of some bullshit. He don't want that nasty fish smelling shit. Kidding me? I know my first lady is sick of this shit because I am sick of it for her. And I'm going to say what comes to mind because I don't care about insulting these individuals. We have had 4 years of economic Armageddon. We have had 4 years of these individuals flooding our zone in this country with illegal aliens, 50 million of them from everywhere, destroying our country, bankrupting us. And you want to drag out this troglodyte to try to clog up the news cycle? You know what's happening? Tulsi Gabbard, DNI director, has been dumping this information. They made an information dump on the MLK files, Martin Luther King, and Obama, and Crossfire Hurricane, and Russiagate, and Fusion GPS, and Hillary Clinton paying Fusion GPS and Christopher Steele to come up with all that bullshit to start up Russiagate, Lisa Monaco, and all these bastards who started this to try to overthrow the damn duly elected president in the United States government to keep their grift going. They did this. This is all kind of RICO. This is all kind of conspiracy. This is all kind of treason, bro. That's what they're trying to keep under wraps because they know Tulsi Gabbard, she's got more testicular fortitude than most men on Capitol Hill right now. So thank you, Tulsi Gabbard, for proving that what we've known all along is that Russiagate was bullshit. It was always bullshit. And I cannot believe the whore Jezebel, Sodom and Gomorrah media is still pushing this. That ugly creep, Nicole Wallace on NBC, talks like this and just like she just got up. Oh, that creep. Now, back to this Stacey Williams. Another reason to completely discount this shows, huh? Absolutely ridiculous story. The timing is impeccable. She said that she was walking with Jeffrey Epstein because I was her boyfriend, and he took her to at his Manhattan apartment to meet Donald Trump, and somehow they got in a room together by themselves, and Donald Trump supposedly groped her and did this and that. And she was asked back in the day, when did this happen? Because you're bringing up some serious accusations. When did this happen? Oh, it was in like 1993. Oh, well, that's funny, bitch, because Jeffrey Epstein didn't buy that place and move in until 96. So you're another E. Jean Carroll who made this shit up out the clear blue sky from a Law and Order episode. You are another psychotic bitch, and you're broke. The Democrats paid you something to come out, clog up the news cycle, but we ain't paying attention to you. I guarantee every one of them got some money. Because nothing can stop what is coming.
Or promises of money.
Nothing.
I guarantee
Thanks for playing.
CNN releases 30-year-old video to detect, defect, deflect from the Tulsi Gabbard's stuff that's coming out.
Wow, CNN. You
I can
have
speak.
such a terrible acute case of the desperate X syndrome combined with TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, that you have gone over the edge. Oh my goodness. Well, they have got X and social media all up in a tizzy because the trending topic is Trump and Epstein. Oh my gosh, here we go again, trying to
Yeah,
connect Trump to
selected, not
Epstein
elected.
when you motherfuckers don't say one word about Bill Clinton, who was literally on the flight log going to Little St. James Island 26 times that we know of. You don't say nothing about that. You don't say shit about that. How many times is Donald Trump on the flight log going to Little St. James Island? Go ahead. Don't worry. I'll wait. 0. None. But CNN, they never let a crisis go to waste, do they? That's what Rahm Emanuel said. He used to be the mayor of
If
Chicago.
you don't have one, they'll make
and
one
they've done
up.
considerably worse since. That's why Chicago is like billions of dollars in debt and they'll never recover. Anyway, let's talk about this CNN exclusive. They have this video and they have pictures of what? Donald Trump talking to Jeffrey Epstein. We've got him. Finally. Oh my gosh. Fuck you people. You know what? Let's just go ahead and look at your little video that you posted. You even took the time to put little arrows to point to, here's Jeffrey Epstein in this arrow, and this arrow points to Donald Trump. Yeah, let's just go ahead and look at what your monkey asses have done, because apparently you're so proud of it. Let's just look. Let's just see. Oh, here we go. CNN exclusive. Oh my God. There's the little arrow pointing to Jeffrey Epstein. Oh my goodness. There is Donald Trump over there at a party. What is this? This is a party, right? This is a party. So riddle me this, Batman. Is Donald Trump the only one in the room? Is he? Because, I see other people. I see other people at this party. That's why it's called a party. It's a party. It's a party. There are other people there, politicians, heads of state, heads of corporations, CEOs. Oh, yeah. And this is the Victoria's Secretions modeling show. Oh, there go the arrows. Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein sitting way over there. Yeah. Okay. Oh, my God. Yeah. This is it. This is their exclusive. This is what's going to take him down. This is it. Why are they doing this now? The timing is impeccable. Why are they doing this? Why are they throwing shade on Donald Trump about Jeffrey Epstein? Why do they keep trying to tie Donald Trump to Jeffrey Epstein when they cannot put him on Little St. James Island? They can't put him down there on the ranch in New Mexico. They can't put him there at the freaking place in New York, except to say, oh, well, you both lived in New York at the same time, but guess what? So did millions of other people. You are trying to blow this up and magnify the point that Donald Trump is at a motherfucking party in 1993. Almost 30 years ago. They're at a party. Did you understand? Do you know what the word party means? That means more than one. There's a room. You saw it. I showed you the video, little CNN exclusive. There are a bunch of people at this party. It's a Victoria's Secretions fashion show. Remember when they used to have those every year? They suck now. But anyway, Lex Wexner.
Often they have a lot of dudes, trans.
Remember him? He's the one who started Victoria's Secretions. He's a pedophile. But y'all don't say nothing about that. You don't say nothing about anybody else. Kevin Spacey was probably at that party. You don't say shit about him, even though those around him who accuse him of very heinous crimes against them turn up dead. You don't say shit about that. You don't say anything about anybody else that has been released from court records as being on that list going to Little St. James Island. You don't mention shit about it. You only want to try to focus on Donald Trump. Why are you doing that? It's projection. It's just like the Russia bullshit.
Oh, they're also desperate.
Hillary Clinton is
They're
literally
desperate
the
for
one
anything.
who sold our yellow cake uranium, found in the United States to Russia, but they tried to tie Russia to Donald Trump when there was nothing there. There was nothing there. Nothing. They tried to tie General Flynn to Russia. No.
Yeah, and he just happens to be at the event. Like, you didn't come there to meet him individually, and it wasn't an Epstein event. Besides, they just both happened to be at the same event. You're right, Gregory.
Nothing was there, but they made the whole fucking thing up and spent 4 years and $50 million of our tax money to persecute Donald Trump, General Flynn, and George Papadopoulos, and everybody else who got caught up in their little fucking tornado. I'm cussing because I am pissed. You know what they're trying to hide? Don't look at that. Don't look at this. No. Don't look over here. Don't look at Tulsi Gabbard, who is releasing the fucking Kraken against you people. Your precious little Aldi Obama.
You know how many mentions they had on CNN? I was trying to say CBN, BS, and all those other ones as well at the same time. ABC and all them. Zero mentions of the whole thing. Zero.
Slim Slacks, who literally tried to take down a president of the United States with Crossfire Hurricane and Russiagate. Don't look at that. Don't look at that, because President Trump called his bitch ass to the Met yesterday in front of the Indonesian president. He still managed to make 2 deals.
A lot of the fashion clothes, no one will buy that crap anyways. It's stupid stuff.
To benefit especially American citizens and bring money into the treasury. Okay? They are scared as hell of what Tulsi Gabbard is releasing, because yesterday she said more is to come. So what do? They clog up the news cycle with this bullshit. Oh, there's pictures of Donald and Jeffrey Epstein at his wedding to Marla Maples. That was in 1993. And no, Jeffrey Epstein was not the only person there. Jesus Christ. This is before he found out that he was a loser and a nasty ass fucking creep.
Epstein Island happened later.
You need to be the first to go when the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act is canceled. We need to go back to the Smith-Mundt Act in its original form to stop all this propaganda and communism and all these dead lies that are sinking into the minds of American citizens. They are literally trying to keep you from seeing that Barack Hussein Obama stole and helped to steal the 2020 election from Donald Trump, and he spent 4 years persecuting him for a crime he never committed. That's what's happening. That is what they're trying to keep you from seeing. Do not take your eyes off Tulsi Gabbard. Fuck all this shit about Jeffrey Epstein right now. You see why I told you? You see why I made that video a week ago saying put that elf on a shelf for a minute? I'm not dropping it either. I ain't saying drop it. Put it on a shelf. We'll get back to it.
I hope
CNN is trying to
Maxwell
deflect.
Testified today and yesterday.
Don't let them do it.
We'll see what
Pay
happens
attention
in the next
to what
weeks.
Tulsi Gabbard is releasing. That shit with Jeffrey Epstein, that was years ago. Donald Trump cut Jeffrey Epstein out of his life when he realized that he was a child molester. Do not take your eyes off the ball. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Well stated. I so hope they'll get around. Okay, I got one more. I know the Rebel chicks are coming on real soon, so switch over there as soon as you can after this. One more. Desperate ex-Democrats.
Somebody please remind me why we even need Democrats in Congress. Somebody, anybody out there?
They hate you.
I don't know. Send me a DM. I don't know. Why do we even need you? Why do we need you? Because President Trump is doing all the work as per usual. He is doing all the work. He's doing all the heavy lifting while you just show up for a freaking popularity contest. We don't need actors. AOC, that bitch was hired by Justice Democrats to be an actor pretending to be a congresswoman in the 14th District of New York. And now they sent the same organization with this Zohran Mamdani, who's trying to be the mayor of New York. You notice how they're getting these puppet actors to be the ones to be head of major cities and major districts in this country. We don't need you. You're not doing the job. And I say that because President Trump just brought in 2 major trade deals with Indonesia and with Japan in one freaking day. Japan, $500 billion into the $500 billion into this country. Investments, factories, reciprocal tariffs, even trade. True trading partners, not just we're another country, we're a foreign country, and you have to support us because you're the big bad United States. No, fuck you. We're done with that shit. It's called reciprocal tariffs. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That's biblical. But y'all wouldn't know that because you're a bunch of demons. Anyway, what do we need you for? What do we need you for? Did you know Congress, as of, what time is it? What time is it? Oh, it's like, I don't know, 13, 16 over on the East Coast. Them bitches gone. Hear me? They gone. Congress is gone. MIA, baby. You know when they're coming back? August. Not the beginning of August, but like mid-August. Yeah, they gone, baby. They gone. They was supposed to be tomorrow. I was a federal employee. I know how the game works. They gone. They gone. They ain't coming back to August, honey. They on vacation for the rest of the summer on your tax dollar. While all this business is undone, President Trump's cabinet appointments are not done when he needs to just go ahead and do recess appointments and do across the board broad brush strokes and paint them all in. And then y'all can work it out over the next year. Thank you for that information on the war room. Anyway, what do we need Democrats for? Yeah, I know the uniparty, this, that, and the other. I get it. Yep, rhinos. Yeah, I get it. But seriously, Democrats, what do we need you for? Y'all work for illegals. We see you, Monica McIver,
Gregory.
Lead Belly.
And the media plays a big part in this.
She tried to assault an ICE officer with her belly. That bitch can't figure out why she's in trouble. Oh, man, it's just a racket. Let me tell you. What do we need you for?
We really need
You're wasting
the midterms.
taxpayer money. Look at Nancy Pelosi's district. Skeletor, that old bitch, she's drunk by 11. What has she done for her district? What has she done?
Skeletor.
San Francisco is a wreck. Maxine Waters, what has she done for her district? It's a wreck. One of the poorest districts in California. Reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time. Shut up, bitch. You know, this is what do we need you for if you're not going to do the job? What do we need you? Why are we paying you $180,000 a year, plus all the perks, plus all the freebies, plus all the security on our dime, by the way, the tax money we pay in? What do we need you for? You're useless. Donald Trump made major trade deals. I'm looking at it. The White House press release, fact sheet. The United States and Indonesia reach a historic trade deal. We didn't see any trade deals when the Auto Pen Shady Pines resident was in there the last 4 years. All we saw was hundreds of thousands of illegals showing up in this country with a stanky ass every fucking day of the week. 20,000 a day, 500,000 a month. We got sick of that crap. That's why we voted Donald Trump in. Because he promised the biggest mass deportation in history. Good. Let's get it popping. Actually, it has. Let's keep it going. Accelerate, accelerate. Foot on the gas, no brakes. Get them out of here. They ain't nothing but a drain on this system. They are useless. Get them out of here, especially the ones who are knocked up. Get them out of here before they have their freaking anchor baby here. Next.
I agree.
$500 billion deal with Japan. Reciprocal tariffs. with Indonesia. All you people did for the last 4 years was hippity hip Scott on the congressional floor, waving Ukrainian flags and giving Ukraine billions of dollars, giving illegals billions of dollars, while we foot the bill. We're the last ones left in the restaurant, and y'all bitches already left. We have to pick up the tab so the cops don't get called. And now all you're doing is trying to obstruct, obfuscate,
Shady
get Trump
Pines.
out. For
Yeah,
what?
I know. Wasn't
Please
that from
tell me, as an American citizen
Gregor? Wasn't that from the Golden Girls, Shady Pines?
and taxpayer, how the fuck do you have a better plan than he does? How? He just brought $30 billion in tariffs into this country in June of 2025. What have you done? You've been giving money everywhere. USAID. They had to shut that down just so you people could stop stealing money from us. How are you better than Donald Trump right now? Please tell me that. How are you better? What's your plan? What is your financial plan? Because that's what we want to know, is how we are going to get our money back after you stole it all. You don't have a plan.
That and inflation.
All you want to do is get rid of him so you can keep your grift going. You can't even get your shit together. You're infighting to the point that nobody even knows what you represent, including yourselves. Do us all a favor. Get to the back of the freaking line. It's not your turn. It's ours. Main Street, Wall Street had your turn for 50 freaking years. It's all about us now. Step aside.
Amen. Amen. Okay, I'm going to end it there. I had a few more I could. Get over to Rebel Chicks. They're up now. All right. Take care. God bless. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'm going to try to get her on as soon as possible. Bye-bye. God bless.